So it has happened. What we have here is a brass EDC, a start to it, and it's been a chaotic time, and let me share that with you. So first of all, we have the GOAT multi-tool, and I have really been enjoying carrying this. And after the first issue with the wire cutters got resolved, I had to trim some metal, and then they actually do cut pretty good now. I've been really, it's been satisfying to carry this. I got the brass scales. They have patinaed nicely. I've actually taken some Brasso to them, I think maybe 3-4 days ago, and they actually look pretty nice, and they just go right back to normal. So it's pretty cool working with the natural brass look. So the issue I had with the GOAT multi-tool was the other day I gave this to my 6-year-old to play with. And again, I had warned him not to play with this. I kept a pretty sharp eye on him. And obviously not sharp enough because he loves to play with scissors. And again, he is 6 years old, but he is used to my multi-tools having a lock in the back and this one doesn't. And so he forced this. And what happened is he broke the scissors on my GOAT multi-tool. So that was very unfortunate. Again, he forced it, but he is 6 years old. He has a hard time even closing and opening this multi-tool because it's a little bit stiff because I added this clip on it. And so that's just one of those things, unfortunately, that I will have to send this in and I'll let them know what happened and we'll see if they do warranty it. If not, thankfully, I can just get a replaceable part. So that's one of the great things about the GOAT multi-tool is it is supposed to have a 100-year warranty. And if not, if they don't warranty it, you can always get replaceable parts for the inner tools, which is really good. So anyway, either way, I will try to get this fixed up and it'll be on the road again, but that was unfortunate. And when I looked at this metal, it does seem a little thin, but then I guess I'm maybe grasping at straws, and I know it was my son's fault for doing it, but it is a little disheartening that just pushing it like that, it did break. All right, so let's go on. So I was all excited. I was getting this great brass EDC together, and I sort of got stuck on this pin right here. I was going to get a fountain pen to go with my brass EDC. This is the Metropolitan Pilot. This is supposed to be one of the best fountain pens to start with. And so I got this from Amazon. It comes with a replaceable ink cartridge where you can go ahead and put it in the back here. It fits behind here and it comes filled. And then you just put it in. You don't have to refill it from a bottle of ink. You can just buy these cartridges. So that was pretty cool. Squeezed it a couple times for the ink to go all the way down, and it wrote very well. So that night I fell asleep on the sofa, and you can guess what happened. All the ink leaked out all over my jeans pocket. And when I woke up to go to bed, after my little nap, I had an ink-filled pocket. So that was very frustrating. So I've added some tape on the cap to make it extra tough for the cap to fall off, which is what happened. The cap fell off. And so that was number one. So I have to buy some more cartridges or buy a jar of ink for it. So now it's completely out of ink. And then the second thing was I had read that this was a brass pen. And when it came to me, it had this sort of ugly, sparkly gold paint on it. And I was not a fan at all, so I did actually strip it all down. I took all the paint off with 600 grit sandpaper. Then I took Brasso, my Dremel, and I polished it with the Brasso. And it's not a fantastic job, but I actually like it a lot better than when I bought it new. Unfortunately, this right here is plastic. So when I took the paint off, it just showed a white plastic ring. And so I actually covered that up with metal tape. So that's how it is right now. So that was disappointing. That was lesson learned in fountain pens. I'm not sure that I'll be buying any more fountain pens for EDC, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So I also bought a brass flashlight. Now this was by Mass Drop, where a lot of people pitch in for new products to come on the market to sort of help, I guess, design or fund something like that. And this is now on Amazon. So this is called, I think it's the Drop Brass EDC flashlight. This is AAA flashlight. and it works pretty good. But when it came in the package, it did not work at all. I mean, it didn't work any. So I put a battery in it, let it sit because it has a fuse of sorts that needs to charge in the end cap for the tail switch to work. So I let it sit in there. I'd already read about it, and I let it sit, and they said give it a couple minutes or so, and nothing. I let it sit again, and here I had the battery in backwards, so I corrected that, and I let it sit, and nothing. And I let it sit some more, and finally the light worked. So maybe after an hour, the light worked. So if you do get this flashlight, just be aware you may have to let it sit for an hour before the flashlight will even turn on. So that was unfortunate. This will work. It 5 lumens for 36 hours, 32 lumens for 4 hours, and 110 lumens for 30 minutes. It's 3 inches long, and it does come in at 1.6 ounces or 45 grams. This is $40. The pen comes in at 0.9 ounces, 25 grams at $20. And then the GOAT multi-tool, since I've added the scales, it gave it another ounce, 8.7 ounces at 246 grams or $120. All right, so that's what's been happening with me. Let me know what's been happening with you, your multi-tools, and your story below. I'd love to hear from you.